I am the Highland Scribe, Cheryl L. Hudson, storyteller. I am about to begin. Are you ready? Danny and the Cu Sith. I am the Highland Scribe, scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodline that walks unseen. Come closer. No, closer still. The fire's warm, but the tale tonight, that runs wild. The hills rolled quiet that summer, save for the winds whispering through the long grass and the distant cry of birds wheeling high above the glens. Danny was a traveller boy, no more than 15 summers old, wiry and small for his age, but eyes like flint and hands rough from the road, hair the colour of peat, and a soul as restless as the moor. His folk had warned him, aye, time and time again. You see, travellers, they camp the same places wi' every turn in season. They ken where it's safe to lay your head, and more importantly, where it is not. For not all dangers in this land wear fangs and claws. Some are older, quieter, hungrier. In the woods north of their spring camp, there lived a thing, a creature the old ones whispered of in the dark, the Cu Sith, beast of mist and moonlight, a shadow in the trees, a devourer of men and souls. Danny's own grandmother, Maggie with the mist as she was kent, well, she'd sit the wee ones down by the fire, eyes as sharp as a hawthorn needle, and warn them with a voice like crackling heather. Keep yourselves well clear of yon trees. They dinna want company, nae fae mortals at least. If the woods call to you and you feel them pulling, turn and run like the wind. Dinna keek back and keep your yaks deeking forward until you're out. Years passed, no sign of this beast. So the younger ones, well, they stopped believing the way that young ones do. One fine day, the sun kissed the glen and Danny rode out on his old pony. A wee stubborn thing, so she was. More hare than horse. He passed by the whispering woods, same as always. But just a few steps in, grew a berry patch. And oh, they were the sweetest, juiciest berries, as juicy as summer itself. He'd been there before, many times. Picked the berries, shared them with his pony. Sat on the wee hill overlooking the camp. Just a lad, his beast, watching the world go by. But this time, the air changed. A chill swept in from nowhere. The winds dropped, and a strange fog crept low to the ground, like fingers slipping between the roots. Danny paid it no mind. Not at first. He was too busy plucking berries, one for the hat, one for his moo. Then came the screams. Not human, not beast. Something in between. Then his pony screamed. Danny turned, heart lurching into his throat. And there stood death. A beast massive, silent, its fur dark green, shimmering like wet moss beneath a full moon. Eyes blazing like open fire trapped in a bottle. It had his pony, caught by the throat, hoofs thrashing, life spilling out onto the floor. Danny froze. Terror pinning his feet to the earth. Let her go, he roared. But the Cu Sith didn't care. It dragged the pony deeper into the woods. Then Danny ran, dagger in hand, no thought, only fire in his heart. He leapt, once, twice, 3 times. Steel bit into the beast's side. Blood hit the leaves. Then stillness. The pony was gone. The Cu Sith lay still. Danny fell to his knees. Tears streaked his face. A boy, alone, in a place where no boy should be. Then he heard it. A whimper. A cry. From beneath the ferns hid a wee creature. A pup. Dark brown with streaks of hazel. Eyes the colour of ancient skies. Tiny little thing, shivering with the cold and lost. And Danny knew. Gods forgive me. You were a mother to a wee pup. He scooped the beast up in his arms, and it didn't resist. Back at camp, he said nothing. The pup suckled on his fingers, and he kept it warm. And he named it Skilgalian, meaning shadow, a secret between boy and beast. A Cu Sith pup in the arms of a mortal child. Skilgalian grew fast. Long legs, eyes that knew too much, and in the moonlight, his fur gleamed like velvet green. By day, he looked like any other dog, but the howl that he gave, oh, that howl, it was ancient, lonely, as if he was calling to someone or something else. Folk feared him. Villagers, they whispered. He was too big, too still. His eyes knew too much. But Danny loved him. And Skilgalian loved him back. He was more than a dog. More than a friend. A creature born of wild and magic, bound to a boy by fate. Then came the hunt. A late autumn day, the trees were whispering warnings on the wind, the sky heavy and grey. Danny, now grown and stronger himself, and Skilgalian, massive and powerful, were tracking hares in the woods of the far north. But they were not alone. 3 wild boars, eyes red with rage, tusks dripping. They charged straight at Danny. He slipped. He fell. Time slowed. He saw death. He felt it coming for him. But then, a roar. Not human, not beast, something more. A blur of green, a protector unleashed. And what happened next? Did Skilgillian survive? Did he spill blood to protect the boy he loved? No, now. That's a tale for another night. So mark your place by the fire, my friend, and return next week. For the wild heart of the Cu Sith still beats, and a choice has yet to be made. I am the Highland Scribe, scribe to the stones, to the wind, to the bloodline that walks unseen, until the fires call us again. Good night.